We're going to take a look at my Synodontis Eupterus, or my feather-fin squeaker. Don't go anywhere. What's up YouTube and all my fish keeping friends, how's it going there Fish Tank Land? This is Joseph Hardin from JH Aquatics, and I'm here to share with you all my fish keeping adventures, knowledge, and more. And today we're looking at my Synodontis Eupterus, or my feather-fin squeaker. Alright guys, we're taking a look at my feather-fin squeaker. It's a catfish, obviously, a feather-fin squeaker catfish. Its Latin name is going to be the Synodontis Eupterus. Some people call it a lace catfish or a Synodontis lace catfish, featherfin Synodontis. It's got a whole bunch of different fun names. Like I said, it is from Africa. It's in the catfish family. Its diet is mainly veggies. It does like its spirulina. It likes its algae wafers. I do the Sarah wafers with wood. They like that as well. I do supplement a little bit of protein with some sinking krill pellets and also some of my shrimp pellets for my Neocaridina shrimp. It is known as the, like I said before, the featherfin squeaker. When I first got this fish, he was a baby. He was covered in ick. It was really horrible. He spent over a month in quarantine, and I named him Peanut. And I waited about a month and a half before I introduced him to other fish. And I've slowly fallen in love with him. He's beautiful. He's not very aggressive towards any of the other fish. He's more of a bottom-feeding scavenger. He's supposed to be one of the largest catfish, and if you see, he likes to hang out upside down. He's also one of the upside down catfish, quote unquote, and that's why I have the wood set up that way. He likes caves and tunnels, and he has no problem like just sleeping upside down. And I noticed that he is consuming some of the wood, some of that piece of Malaysian driftwood, but I keep up on his diet, and that helps out a lot. I think a lot of people think this is some kind of an algae eater, quote unquote, or something like that, and they don't have to feed it. You're gonna kill the poor guy if you don't feed him the proper diet. But I have completely and totally fallen in love with him. This fish deserves to be in at least a 50-gallon tank once it reaches maturity. It's in a 20-gallon now. It's just at the point where it needs to come out of here, or it's gonna start dwarfing it or affecting its size. It's gonna go into a 50-gallon tank with a little bit more of an Amazon biotope, but I think he'll be pretty happy in there. He's gonna be with some angelfish. That's another thing. This fish can do really well with other aggressive fish because he's more of the bottom feeder, and he's not gonna go after them. And as long as he stays in his space, the angelfish are not gonna bother him at all. He's very photogenic, that's for sure, as you can see here. He's just waiting for an algae wafer is what he's really doing. He's just hanging out and waiting, and this is kind of his little home here. He hangs out underneath of that. He pretty much sleeps upside down underneath that piece of driftwood, so that's pretty sweet. Yeah, I can't wait to get him into the other tank, which would be a much better place for him. So I'm sure all of you are wondering how he makes that squeaking sound. He creates that squeaking sound by rubbing the spines of his pectoral fins against the grooves on the sides of his shoulders. And I did notice it when I first picked him up when he was a baby. I noticed him making this noise. It actually freaked me out, and I dropped him back into the water. I didn't know what it was until I went online and searched it up, but I didn't even know that he made noises or that he was labeled as a squeaker. But I have to say, he's pretty awesome. He makes a good community fish. But he is going to end up being a very large catfish, one of the largest in the catfish family. And so he can easily end up in a 250-gallon tank within a year if you're feeding him and you're giving him slowly graduating him into larger tanks. So you can keep up with this fish with me. I'm gonna move him in the other tank eventually, and I will post all that as well. But thank you guys so much for taking the time to check him out. He is slowly becoming one of my pride and joys, and that top fin is beautiful. And you know, his little begging like a dog is kind of cute as well. And those eyes too, those big blue eyes, as well as the whiskers. And his fins almost look like, well, of course they look like feathers, or wings of a butterfly or something even. But it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Thank you to all my subscribers out there. If you're not subscribed to this content, you like it, you want to see more of it, go ahead and click on that subscribe button down below. Don't forget about my Patreon account. There's a link for that in the description as well. And remember guys, keep your tanks clean, your fish fed, and have fun.